Welcome to the Muscles and Mindset Revolution, the podcast for ambitious women who want to build strength, feel confident, and lose fat for good without counting calories or BS quick fixes. I'm your host, Ann Jones, certified life coach, personal trainer, and mindset expert. After 15 plus years in the fitness industry, I know the real key to lasting change isn't just what you do, it's how you think. If you're ready to shift your mindset, build a lifestyle you love, and feel confident AF, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Okay, my friend, let's talk about November. The theme has been the same, at least in my community with my clients for the past few weeks. Having been a trainer and a coach for 15 years, every year at this time of year, it goes like this, right? It's like, I see it all the time. September is crazy, back to school. And then everybody gets sick if they weren't like taking care of their immunity in October. And then after Halloween, things kind of go sideways. And then by November, every November, without fail, women tell me my motivation is gone or it's low. I feel tired after daylight savings time. My routine is slipping. I don't know what's wrong with me. I need a reset. If you can relate to that, you're not alone. But here's the truth that no one is saying. It's not just you. It's November. I literally just told you this happens every year. But you get so much data, especially having done this job. And I look forward to the next 15 years of coaching. I get to see these seasons repeat in my clients who are essentially in the same demographic. Ambitious women who are moms and or mostly working women over the age of 35. So I just want to validate there are real physiological reasons why everything feels harder. If you're listening in mid-November and you've been staring at your workout shoes like they've personally offended you, and your salad sounds like a punishment, and your kids' school's email notifications are giving you heart palpitations like they do to me, this episode is for you. Because every single November, without fail, women tell me, I don't know what is wrong with me. I was doing so well. And every single November, I say the same thing right back. Nothing is wrong with you. It's November. So today I'm walking you through why your motivation falls off a cliff this month, how your body is trying to protect you, and how to stay consistent in a way that feels doable, gentle, and grounded. Let's get into it. Let's zoom out and talk about what actually happens in your body every November, especially if you are an ambitious woman with a full life. Not the surface level seasonal slump, but the physical chain reaction happening inside of you. Here's the November reality. Daylight is gone. Serotonin is low. Dopamine, lower. Cortisol, higher. Sleep, worse. Your cravings, higher. More temptation. Your patience is non-existent. And to-do lists are mutating like gremlins after midnight. Your nervous system is basically waving a tiny little white flag, whispering, overwhelmed. If you are a mom, a leader, carrying emotional labor, or running a home and or a business, multiply this by 10, what I just said. Because November is teacher gifts, school concerts, sick kids, Q4 work deadlines, travel planning, family expectations, social expectations, busy weekends, decorating, feeling guilty for skipping workouts, shame for eating differently, and feeling behind before the holidays have even started. No wonder you are goddamn exhausted. Your system is not malfunctioning. It is protecting you. Did you hear everything I just said? When the nervous system senses overload, it shuts down anything non-essential that burns extra mental energy. Things like meal planning, packing your gym clothes, starting your workout, choosing the healthier option, tidying the kitchen, sticking to a routine, doing a morning routine, regulating your emotions, saying no, and setting boundaries. So that means you're weak. This means you're human. This month, everyone tries the same thing. Okay, I just need to try harder. I have to get my shit together. I need a reset. Right? And this reset tends to continue from sometimes September till February, but if not September, November, December, and January. Except the trying harder doesn't work when your nervous system is fried. I always say state before strategy. You definitely need a strategy, but you can't put a solid strategy on a shoddy state or it won't work. Your brain literally loses access to discipline, executive function, delaying gratification, and impulse control when it is dysregulated, which means no amount of being good or getting motivated will help. You can't out-discipline biology. When you push yourself from a dysregulated state, your body does not respond with motivation, it responds with stress. Stress subsequently shuts down movement, appetite regulation, digestion, consistency, emotional stability, Can anybody relate to that? Executive decision making and energy. So the problem is not that you're not committed. It's not that you've let yourself go. It is not that you will always fall off around the holidays, although you probably do, but it's because of what I'm saying. It's not because you're not trying hard enough. The real problem is your nervous system doesn't have the capacity to carry what you are attempting to carry. And that can be true in many seasons, not just November. But November is a beautiful example because it's a month for intensity. It is a month for anchors. So I'm now going to share with you the 3 habits that will save you in November. The way that your overtired, overwhelmed, overstimulated, over-responsible body needs them. Number 1, and as a high achiever, you're not going to like this, but you need to hear it. I want you to lower the bar on purpose. I know. Every high achieving woman listening just flinched. Don't turn it off. Hear me out. Lowering the bar doesn't make you lazy. First of all, it makes you more likely to be consistent. In November, your nervous system needs predictable cues, little signals that say you're safe, you're supported, you got this. This might look like 1 weekly workout. It might be short. It might look like 1 balanced meal today. Maybe not meal prep for the whole week. It might look like 1 walk. Setting a boundary for the first time ever. A moment of sunlight before the dang thing sets. 1 glass of water. 1 early bedtime. Your body doesn't need you to crush it. It needs you to ground it. You can't be fire when you probably even have a spark. So I want you to remove your stigma about lowering the bar to think more of lowering the barrier to entry. And as I'm not saying if you're someone who's already consistently working out 4 times a week, don't do 1 workout, but where else can you lower the bar of expectation a little bit? Okay, so that's number 1, is lowering the bar. Number 2, I want you to regulate first and decide second. This will change your entire life. Remember what I said about state before strategy. Before you force yourself to work out, plan a healthy dinner, or quote unquote be good, I just want you to do 30 to 90 seconds of regulation. I have tons of videos of tools on my YouTube, and I'll put some in the show notes. But some examples that you will actually use is literally just putting your hand on your heart, taking a breath in, and a slow exhale at the mouth. If that's all you do, I'm good with it. Humming to stimulate your vagus nerve. Stepping outside for 60 seconds. I'm not kidding, 60 seconds. You have 60 seconds. Dropping your shoulders. I just used that cue right now. Legs up the wall. I have a video of that as well I can share with you. 10 deep belly breaths. Hand on belly. Breathing into your belly, shaking your arms like a weirdo. It works, I promise. Warm shower, slow walk around the block. Those are all things you can do in less than 5 minutes. Most of them take 1 minute. And what they will do is they will bring your system back to grounding. And regulation gives your brain access to choice. I always say we don't make our best decisions from a dysregulated place. When you're dysregulated, your brain only has access to survival, right? That's why you end up saying yes to everything when you're dysregulated. Or you end up saying no to yourself when you're dysregulated. So I want you to regulate first and then choose. That will change your life. That's number 2. Number 3, I want you to protect 1 anchor habit. So this is how my clients stay consistent, even in brutal seasons. We begin with picking 1 thing that stabilizes you. So if you think about, you can journal about this too. If you think about the things that actually give you energy givers, what's the biggest one? It could be protein at breakfast. It could be eating lunch. It could be 10-minute lift, 10-minute evening reset, sunlight in the morning before you get on a screen, drinking water before you drink coffee, stretching before your kids get into their pajamas, 7-minute walk after dinner. I'm not kidding, 7-minute walk. 10 push-ups, reading instead of doom scrolling. I will say from all my clients, the most common one I hear is sleep. Protecting their sleep is usually the thing that they know that they need to. And it is for me too. Everything goes sideways if I'm not sleeping. That is my biological imperative. So protect 1 thing, just let it be enough, okay? Consistency will grow from anchors, not intensity. It will be so much easier for you to add a second thing. I promise. Okay, so now that you know what actually works in November, I want to zoom out and ground this in something even bigger. Because in order for this to work, in order for any fat loss, strength, or health improvement program to actually change your life long term, you need to do 1 thing. You can't quit in a calm, grounded, aligned way where you build something so doable, so unquittable, so supportive of your actual life that quitting actually stops even being an option. And not quitting comes down to 3 very real things. Number 1 is the program or system that you are doing aligned with your personal values. not your perfectionist fantasy values or what your favorite Instagram influencer says her values are. Your actual values. Do you value flexibility? Do you value feeling calm or peaceful? Do you value freedom? Or are you forcing yourself into something rigid because you think you should value whatever it is? You cannot build consistency inside a life that doesn't match your values. It won't stick. You'll quit every time because your nervous system will revolt. So that's number one, is whatever you're trying to do aligned with your values, truly. Number two, are you actually developing the skills that get you through both easy seasons and hard ones? November. Most women only know how to stay consistent when life is smooth, sunny, and predictable. I had someone tell me today on a call that their goal was for there to be no pro D days and for nobody in her house to get sick. Those are not within our control. Those are not within our locus of control. So we can't actually set those as goals. But we can set a goal as to how we react and or respond if and when those things do happen, because they will. So remember what we talked about earlier? November is a stress test. Life will always get lifey. So you need the skills that hold you steady no matter what. Regulate before deciding, lowering the bar instead of lowering the standard, not the same thing. Choosing good enough. Let good enough be good enough. Move imperfectly and build capacity instead of just relying on hype. These are the real reasons that my clients stay consistent through travel, grief, sickness, school concerts, holidays, busy seasons, overwhelm. Seriously. So that's number two. Number three, do you like what you're actually doing? Do you like it? This is the one nobody talks about. There's a lot of shoulds in health and fitness. Do you like it? Because you're not going to keep doing it if you don't like it. If you hate your workout plan, if tracking macros makes you feel like you're 12 years old and you're in trouble, if the program you're doing feels like punishment, your brain will tap out. You might be able to do it for a while, but you won't want to keep doing it probably long enough to get the result that you want. Enjoyment and contentment are not bonuses. They're requirements for consistency. So I want you to take a moment today, literally today, right now, and answer these three questions honestly. If you are in the Muscles and Mindset free Facebook group, I want you to share your answers there. You can totally DM me too. Let people see you. Let us support you. Because if these three things aren't aligned, you are at risk of quitting. If you've ever been consistent, it's probably because of one of these three things. And every time you quit, I don't want to say you go right back to square one, but it's like rolling a boulder up a hill. You lose momentum. Nothing is lost. You've still learned what you've learned, but it's not as easy as it is when the boulder's already rolling. And I just don't want that for you anymore. I don't want it to feel like an uphill battle because it doesn't have to. My clients say this time and time again. My successful clients, after just a few months, they say, I finally get it. Like, it feels easy. They're getting a result and it feels easy. It is not a slog. It's possible, I promise. Let's talk briefly about what would make this feel unquittable for you. I got that term from my friend Erin Power, who's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to say something that might feel uncomfortable, but what I know to be true. The pain of staying stuck where you are has to become heavier than the pain of changing. That doesn't mean that you have to suffer. That doesn't mean hitting rock bottom in a movie montage sort of way, although that does often happen. But there does come a moment where you look at your own life and you say, I can't keep doing it this way. Because change is always going to be hard, okay? Otherwise, you would have done it already. Growth requires some friction. So you're going to have to do some hard things, but a stronger, calmer, more confident version of you requires a different way of living, right? You know that saying, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So first ask yourself, how ready are you really to change? If you're not really ready, you're going to keep doing those things you do every November, right? You're going to either call it a day, wait till January, say you're going to push harder, need more motivation, you're going to get up at 5 a.m. for a week, and then it's going to go down the pooper, right? So first ask yourself, am I really ready to change? Because that's actually not what it takes. It doesn't have to be perfect, intense, or new year, new me, but in a nervous system friendly, aligned, values driven way that actually lasts. So listen, nothing's wrong with you. You're not broken. Nothing is unbreakably falling apart forever. Your body is doing exactly what a body does under seasonal stress and cognitive overload. You don't need more motivation. You do need to know your why, but you need a way of living and training that respects biology and builds capacity. That is what we do inside my world. That is what this podcast is for. And that is what it is about. I'm actually going to be sharing more about this on the podcast the next couple weeks. If this episode made you like, exhale, felt like relief, that's what my clients often say, like, oh, okay, it feels like relief. Keep listening. I have something coming for Black Friday that is going to help you feel stronger, calmer, and more consistent through this entire season without relying on motivation at all. So watch my stories on Instagram. Make sure you're on my email list. I'll put the link in the show notes here because good things are coming. If this episode resonated with you, it means so much if you share it with a friend and tag me, share it on your stories, share it on Facebook. It helps the show to be seen by more women so we can help more women and just make them feel more calm because that's what I'm here for. So I love you. You're doing better than you think, and I'll see you next week.